Y'all, have you had a chance to watch the first 2 episodes of the new season of Reasonable Doubt, now streaming on Hulu? I have reviewed episode 1. Check that out on my channel. But right now, I want to get straight off into episode 2 of season 3 of Reasonable Doubt. 1,000,001 Questions is its title. And baby, we do have 1,000,001 questions. We need a couple of people to come to the front of the congregation, okay? What we have found out at the end of episode 1 is that there are 2 characters are at a crossroads. We have Louis Stewart, who has this ongoing litigious battle with his side chick slash baby mama, who has since sued them upon the death of their son. Okay, if you haven't seen season 2, in season 2, we find out and see Louis has an affair with this lady named Tony, and she becomes pregnant with his baby. We find out and confirm the paternity in season 2 as well. The baby dies after birth. And so now Tony is dragging them through the legal battle mud, demanding all of these things. And they've been going back and forth for over a year. And Louis is done with it. In episode 2, it opens up with him and his wife having a conversation. And at the end of this conversation, he's like, I'm done with this. I'm ready to be done with this. I'm ready to put this behind us. Because what we find out is Tony, the baby mama who causing all the drama, said, yeah, I'll let all of this go if you spend the night with me. And now Jackson's just all up in arms, and she tells him, just give me a day to think about this and I will get back with you. The other character who's at a crossroads is Ozzy. If you don't know who Ozzy is, we get to meet Ozzy in episode 1 of season 3. He is a beloved child star who now is at the ripe age of 24 years old. And he is at a crossroads in his life of, is he going to stand in his truth and be with his white girlfriend who is 10 years older than him? Or is he going to continue down a path that his child star persona has created? He's also at a crossroads with how is he going to handle his role in his girlfriend being missing. Because up until this point, what we know is he was the last person to see Wendy alive. Where is Wendy is the question that everyone is asking him up until this point. Not only was he the last one to see her alive, throughout this episode, we also find out that there is Ring camera footage from his neighbor's door that shows the very volatile verbal argument that he and Wendy had before she goes missing. So it's not looking good for him. And up until this point, quite frankly, he has really acted like a huge man baby, where he's oscillating between this very, aggressive, emotional version of himself. And then at certain points, he just retreats back into this infantile individual. And you're like, Ozzy, you are facing some serious things here. Your girlfriend is missing. You are, as of now, the last person to have seen her alive. And now there is Ring camera footage showing you having this very explosive argument with this woman before she goes missing. And he's literally missing in action mentally. He just outed her. He's not available. Ozzy, where are you? And there is a scene where her assistant, which is played by Cash Doll, they're having a media conference, right? Where the media is asking them questions and they're pleading to the public like, hey, listen, this is who Wendy is. She's loved and she's cherished. And there are people out here who really care about her, and we only want to know where she is. And if anybody has any information, please come forward. And her assistant speaks into the, Ozzy, where are you? Because girl, not only is he physically missing from really being an active role in figuring out where his girlfriend is, but he's mentally checked out too. And we see these 2 characters throughout this episode, Louis Stewart and Ozzy Edwards, have to take this journey of, are they going to be able to come and make some decisions on how to close some chapters in their life And for Ozzy, not only is he going to be forced to close a chapter in his life, but also how is he going to move forward in this new chapter? Because now his future looks very uncertain, okay? With his girlfriend being missing and how this unfolds throughout this episode. Now, where I want to jump back to is Lewis has a decision to make, right? About this side baby mama, right? And so Jax comes and she has a conversation with him after she's thought about it for a day. And she tells him, I'm okay with whatever you decide. If you want to go and spend, the night with her or not, I'm okay with it. But I'm just telling you now, number one, I love you. But number two, if this woman tries to sleep with you, I'm killing you both. And she just left it at that. And we find out that Lewis decides to go for it because he is really at a place where he is on the cool, kind of desperate. And also what the other thing is that he is kind of at Tony's, at Tony's feet because he doesn't have any control really over the situation. But he's hoping with this proposed night together that when this is complete, he is able to move forward and leave this chapter of his life behind. And we take this journey with him over this 12-hour period. What's also simultaneously going on within this 12-hour period is that the missing case for Wendy intensifies, right? So this Ring camera footage comes out. Jax and Bill, and if you don't remember Bill, we also meet Bill in episode 1. He is a junior lawyer at Jax's firm that is assisting her on the case as of now. So Bill and Jax goes to Ozzy's house to confront, and she's going to confront him to have a very candid conversation about this Ring camera footage. Now, earlier in the episode, she's telling him, like, I need you to act like you're looking for your girlfriend. I need you to put up a reward for anybody that comes forward with information on her whereabouts. So when she shows up, she has this conversation. Ozzy's sister is present, his manager is present, and his dad is present as well. I believe his mom is too. But they're having this open conversation about where they are right now. And she's talking to him, and she's like, did you know about this footage? And he just goes mentally blank, and he also gets emotionally irate because what he's doing, he is doing this defend and deflect type situation. And it's like, sir, everybody's just asking, where is Wendy? And we all know that you were probably the last person to see this woman alive, but you over there defending and deflecting. And why? And so Jax is at a crossroads. She's like, I am your counsel, and this has to be done my way. You didn't follow my instructions about what I asked you to do to put up the reward and to make this public request for information that could help finding her whereabouts. And two, you don't want to you're not cooperating at this point. So I'm firing myself because I don't have time for this. Because at this point, what he is doing is getting in the way of her being effective counsel for him. Ozzy's not realizing this is bigger than this child star persona that you've created over the years. That pow pow gotcha. It's not getting you out of this. We need you present and focused about how to move forward with this. And he's completely MIA. And he's not following the advice that his legal counsel is giving him. She says, I'm out. And she in her mind, she's like, look, he's going to need me before I need him. She knows throughout her experience and how she is seeing this unfold, he's going to need some type of help. This is not going to be swept under a rug. Whether a body pops up or not, the ish is going to hit the fan, and he is going to need someone to represent him in this trial that he's probably going to go to with going down for the murder of his girlfriend, because we shortly find out through this episode that she is dead. Okay. And so now she done fired herself. She's moving forward. We got Bill standing in the background with this B storyline. He's basically like gathering information, because you got to think, while all this is going on, Bill is still finding out ways to position himself in order to make partner at the firm. Okay. And this is going to be one of the opportunities that he uses behind Jax's back with the other partners to establish his ground with his allegiance or alliance to them, to prove, along with other things, like, hey, I'm ready for this role and I'm on your side. Okay. What I like about this entire episode is kind of relaxed. We don't see too much of the scenes moving around. It's pretty much three main scenes. We have Jax's house, we have Tony's house, and we have Ozzy's house, right? These scenes go on for longer periods of time throughout the episode, where we're developing these two stories. Ozzy, where is Wendy? And we find out where Wendy is, and Wendy is dead. We're also trying to figure out where is Ozzy, because he's mentally absent. He's not here. And he is a pivotal part of this process of figuring out how is this gonna unfold now that his girlfriend has turned up dead. Let's talk about Tony. We need to have a conversation. Tony has caused havoc, right? Number one, she caused havoc by sleeping with not her best friend, but sleeping with her friend's husband. Okay. And not only was she sleeping with her friend's husband, but she becomes pregnant. And now she's at a point where she's just figuring out another way to leverage a wedge into Lewis's life. I don't think Tony per se likes Lewis. I think she likes what Lewis represents. If you don't know, we find out throughout season 1 and season 2 that Tony has had a failed marriage. She has divorced within these two seasons, and we also see her kind of morally unravel with sleeping with her friends' husbands. She wild with it, y'all. It's like she divorced and got free, and she getting, freaky free, right? And she just seems like she's not happy with how her life has unfolded. And it seems like that she's now trying to figure out how to place this pain that she's in. And the pain intensified when she lost her son. So now we see that Lewis is at Tony's house, and he walks into the nursery. And it's beautiful. I mean, Tony has really went all the way with decorating baby Jaden's nursery. What you also see too is that she has paid attention to Lewis. She has a video game decorated on the wall. As you know, that Lewis, as professionally designs video games. He's a professional video game programmer, right? And she has these other sentimental items in his nursery that links directly back to Lewis. And so this kind of very sentimental, emotional journey starts to unfold with Tony and Lewis. Now, what we also see now is that Wendy is dead, and in one of the scenes, Jax is unhinged. She's internally unhinged about this situation with Lewis being over there with Tony, right? And so, but yeah, she's still having to show up, in professional capacity with dealing with this situation with Ozzy. So she's at home, losing it about Lewis, and she gets this phone call from Corey. And Corey Cash, aka Morris Chestnut, calls and says, "Hey, I need to talk to you on my side." She comes outside, and guess who's outside with her? Ozzy. This water done heated up on his behind, so hot, he coming back. And her plan works. At this point, we do not know that Wendy is dead. But we do know that the Ring camera footage is out, and that it's only a matter of time before the authorities are going to come knocking and looking for him to charge him with her being missing or murdered, right? And so she thinks Jax's plan is this. She thinks that it's best for him to stay at her house for the night, and Corey's gonna play guard, okay? And Corey is coming through as he always does, because you know Corey got a thing for Jax. He's just playing the pocket with her. Yes, he has this beautiful girlfriend back in Chicago who we meet in season 2. And, you know, he claims that he's in love and she might be his future wife and blah, 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 blah. But he still got a thing for Jax, okay? And so he plays guard throughout the night to make sure that Ozzy stays put until the morning, until they figure out how this is getting ready to really unfold. Jax gets a phone call early that morning that Wendy's body has been found. So now Ozzy has been flipped on his head and he loses it. I can't go to jail. I can't go to jail. But he going to prison. And this is where it brings me back to, like, where is he mentally? That it really hasn't sunk in with him that this is not something that he can just skate out of. This is not a missing shoe. This is not a missing car. This is a missing person. And now this missing person is dead. Okay? And what it's looking like is that you have something to do with this. And so it's starting to settle in with him. With Jax's help, this is unavoidable. You're gonna be charged. But what Jax does is put together this plan of getting getting himself turned in low key. And Bill is a pivotal part of that, of negotiating that with the public defender. And this all goes down. And what I like about Jax is that she shows she preserves a piece of Ozzy's humanity, because this arraignment is going to be very dehumanizing. You know, he's sheltered. He ain't never seen nothing. He probably never had a traffic ticket, you know, let alone being booked, you know, in a prison for the murder of his girlfriend. And so she's just, Jax explains to him, hey, this is how it's gonna go down. They're gonna do this. They're gonna literally search every crevice of your body and take pictures of every part of your body through this process. And it's gonna be humiliating, it's gonna be embarrassing, but she's saying it's gonna be short-lived. And I'm also now making arrangements for you to post bail. She also tells him, you have 27 minutes. You can take a shower if you want to, and I'm going to fix you some food. So she does this beautiful dance of advising him as being his legal counsel, but also putting on her nurturing hat to really, like I said, to preserve a piece of his humanity for him getting ready to step into a world that is very dehumanizing for a lot of people, right? And that's one of the things that I love about her character, right? So who we got for best dress? Morris Chestnut. When he showed up with Ozzy that night at Jax's house, he has on this cobalt blue crew, like heavy cotton crew neck shirt with this brown, like a brown wool, heavy sports coat, girl, with a freshly shaved head. He just looked like he is ready to go to your local speakeasy and have a whiskey sour and a cigar. Okay, he is giving me the, yes, I am casual, but I'm always put together. My favorite scene, Jack Stewart preserving a piece of Ozzy's humanity. It shows that in spite of this heartless, cold, black and white job that she does, she was able to bring some color back and to really allow him to keep his humanity before this process that he is getting ready to go into with being charged with the murder of his girlfriend. There wasn't a lot of music this episode either. This was a pretty serious, reflective type episode, right? But who was featured at a very pivotal point in the episode? Ozzy is at a place of facing Ozzy the public persona and Ozzy the man, right? And guess this was a perfect song to usher that in. Nipsey Hussle's Victory Lap. Nipsey Hussle puts you in a position of thinking about where you been, where you at, and where you going. And those are the three questions that that's in front of Ozzy: where he's been, where he is now, and what decisions will he make moving forward. Dun, 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 the streets. And my favorite line from the song, he said, "Whatever, playing chess, not checkers," because that's what this man is gonna have to play. He's gonna have to play a strategic plan moving forward with how this next chapter of his life is gonna affect him long term. And the decisions and how he decides to move forward will greatly affect him. What will Ozzy do?
Ozzy, where are you?
And we still see towards the end about it potentially being over between Jax, Tony, and Lewis. But I don't think Tony gone. What do you think? Comment below. Have you seen episode 2? Check it out. The season is heating up and I'm here for it. You stay tuned to future reviews and recaps, and I'll see you in the next one.